then schedules an in-person interview, and then that person should receive notice of their eligibility.
Okay.
And so, yeah, eligibilities obviously vary, but the thing is, does the eligibility prevent them from using our fixed route service?
Okay. So when you said the disabled, so what I was going to do was I was trying to think of like the opening to the interview, and I would say, a lot of people love Indigo, but there are people who use your services, and you offer something special for them, people who are. So I would say the disabled, but because on your email, you said active users, caregivers, service providers, and stakeholders. Are those people that also use it, or strictly the disabled?
Those people are, if I said that, those people are those who we are trying to get to
The information.
participate in our meetings.
Okay, but they don't necessarily use the service.
Yeah, like the caregivers may not use the service, but maybe their constituents do.
So when I think of the disabled, I think of those in a wheelchair bound.
And maybe you just ask me what you just asked me, who's eligible for this service. And then
I'm just thinking of an opening just to how to get into it. So people know I'm trying to capture their attention. So when they're watching, is this for me or not? Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. I got a cousin that has it. I want to, yeah. So I was just trying to think of some, because obviously we know like those who are disabled, say that somebody who's blind or someone who is, in a wheelchair. And I guess my mind was like, I wasn't even aware that there was a service like this. Tell us more about it. That was kind of what I was getting, just to paint a picture. Because sometimes we just say, even when we say like ADA, I know what it is because I've heard it for so many years. But some,
and I'll make sure I'll say the acronym at least once.
Yeah, because they'll go, what? Oh, okay, American Disabilities Act. Okay, yeah. And obviously people in those circles would know, but maybe a relative who has somebody who's disabled may not just, as you know, acronyms can just kind of throw you. But so I just kind of over explain it to, make sure that everybody understands.
And I'd say if we can keep this more like high level on the paratransit service and delving more into why we're doing this outreach and what we're trying to gain from it. I say that because I am not an open door expert. There's a lot of things that
okay, so you want to focus more on what now as opposed to
more on the outreach portion, like why are we doing this, what are we doing, how can I be a part?
Okay, yeah, and I'm probably only just bring it up in the beginning just so we can establish what we're talking about, and then we'll
but I liked your opening. Indigo is a service that
many people and of course when I actually do
accessibility
totally different may pop out of them.
Accessibility is a big part of what you do, and you guys offer a service that allows people with disabilities to be mobile and to live life. So tell us a little bit more about Open Door Paratransit Service. Who's eligible?
Okay.
Something like that.
Okay.
I'm not a pro at this. This is like my second time ever doing this.
Interview. Okay. Well, just know we're not live or anything, so you don't have to worry about that part of it. So, okay, Jeff, are you ready? Okay, I'm gonna set my phone timer so I can kind of be in touch with you. 1 second. Stopwatch. You said 13 minutes, right? Okay.
Background, okay. This should be a lot better. It's clean.
Well, it's neutral. I got the little tree in the back. Okay. Let me get my notes here. Okay, we'll get started. In 3, 2, 1, mark. Hi, I'm Kelly Vaughn, and welcome to Inside ND. Today we're going to be talking about the disabled and their ability to get around better than ever through Indigo. And this is something I was not even aware of. And a lot of us are either impacted by a disability, or we know someone who has a disability, or perhaps a relative or a loved one. And so you're going to want to stay tuned for this, what's available and how we plan to make it better for the future. And joining us to talk about that and more is Jordan Patterson, and you are Special Programs Manager for Indianapolis Public Transportation Corporation, which is Indigo.
Yes. Thanks for having me, Kelly. Glad to be with
Welcome
you.
to the show. Okay, so it's called Open Door Paratransit Service. And so tell us what that is and how you serve those in our community.
Yes, so Open Door is a reservation-based shared ride service for those who qualify based off of criteria set forth by the Americans with Disabilities Act. And so if there is a disability that prevents a user from using our fixed route service, then they could be eligible for Open Door. And it's about providing access, the same access to our fixed route users is the same access that we want to provide to our Open Door users, okay, people with disabilities.
So typically when I go to catch the bus, which is really a cool thing to do. I grew up catching the bus, and then later in life you go, oh, you start to drive. It's like, it's nice to just sit back and relax and let somebody else do the driving. But typically when I catch the bus, I'm going to a certain point in town to board the bus with other people. How does the Open Door Paratransit service work as opposed to the existing system?
Yes, so the existing system, you just jump on and ride. Because this is reservation based, you do need to make a reservation at least 1 to 3 days before your scheduled trip. You pay in advance or pay on the bus in order to use it, just like you would a fixed route, and they will take you to your trip, and you schedule to have them take you back.
Now, when we get on the Open Door Paratransit service, are there other people on that bus as well? Because I have seen some pictures. In fact, we'll bring up some pictures of the actual bus itself. Are there other people there? And that's how the schedule works, like they're dropping different people off. How do you make that work and coordinate for so many different people?
That's actually one of the challenges, and it's a reason why we are looking to get input for how we operate paratransit service in the future. We know that demand is growing for paratransit service just based off of a growing aging population. So Indigo is seeking to get input through a campaign we're calling it Beyond ADA. And it seeks to understand, how do we operate paratransit service outside of what is mandated by the Americans with Disabilities Act. Today, we operate paratransit service, I should say ADA level paratransit service to the entire Marion County beyond what is required by ADA. But we're looking to be more efficient and provide a better experience for our users by thinking creatively about how we can operate outside of the mandated ADA area.
Okay, that's refreshing to hear. Someone who wants to go beyond what the minimum requirements are. So that's encouraging, and that's good to know. So tell us about this outreach effort that you have to get feedback from those who would benefit from this service and beyond.
Yes, so starting March 16th all the way through April the 8th, we have several public input opportunities. These are facilitated discussions, about an hour and a half long each, 11 totals what we have scheduled as of now. But they are a way for Open Door clients, service providers, and those who are stakeholders or have an interest in our paratransit service to come and give input about what our service looks like in the future. We have several virtual options for people to attend, but also in-person options as well. And we are looking forward to hearing back and being collaborative with the community before we make any decisions about what the future of paratransit looks like.
Okay, so with this broadcast being on a Sunday evening, so the next one is what are the dates of the upcoming opportunities for people to participate virtually or in person?
Yeah, give me 1 second. So our next date is,
Go ahead.
You said this is on Sunday?
19 when we stopped down, or on my clock it was. So somewhere about 5:20.
All right, so we have so if this is premiering on Sunday.
Yeah.
I would say that the next opportunity to, don't get this part. So the next opportunity to be a part
Yeah, restart. You mean this? Okay. Okay. Are you
Yeah, so
wanting?
we have.
Okay, go ahead. He was going to answer, right, Jeff? Because I'd already asked the question. Okay. 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 So I'll say it 3. And when I say 3, 2, and then just really go at 2. Count 1 and then 2. So okay, and 3.
Yeah, so there are several opportunities between now and April the 8th to be a part of this public involvement process. The next meetings being Tuesday, March 23rd. I'm sorry, that just happened. Thursday. Okay, let's start all over again. I gave you the wrong.
Oh, okay, I got you. Okay, so yeah, so it'll be the following Tuesday. Yeah, because we won't.
It'll be Tuesday, March 30th. My apologies.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so yeah, so we'll just start over again from that very beginning. Okay. And
yeah, so there are several opportunities to be a part of this collaborative conversation in between now and April the 8th. The next opportunities are Tuesday, March 30th at 2 p.m. And then there's one on Thursday, April the 1st at 6 p.m. These are both virtual meetings, but we also have some we can do that one more time.
Go ahead.
Do I need to wait for his cue or just go for it?
Jeff, you going to count down again? Okay.
Yeah, so there are several opportunities in between now and April to participate in this public input opportunity period. And so the next meetings, we've got one coming up on Tuesday, March 30th at 2 p.m., which is a virtual option. And then another one coming up on Thursday, April the 1st at 6 p.m., which is also another virtual option. The following week, there are some in-person options and virtual options as well. For those who are interested in attending, they should visit indigo.net/beyondada. We ask that people register at least 24 hours in advance. Because this is a facilitated discussion, we want to make sure that there are enough in attendance to actually have meaningful conversation about the future of paratransit.
Okay. So what happens when they chime in, say, virtually with that discussion, and how long will that discussion go on so they can kind of plan in their calendar? Okay, this is going to take me an hour or two. How long do the meetings normally last?
Yeah, so we are asking people to come at the beginning of the meeting. We want to be respectful of everyone's time. We will start on time and we will end promptly an hour and a half into it. And so it is a facilitated discussion. You can expect to be asked questions about how you use it, how you'd like to see it used, and just your ideas, trade-offs. I really want to start all of that over again.
Okay. So I can't remember what I asked you. So
you asked me what can people expect at these meetings?
Oh, okay. Okay. So I'll let you go ahead and answer then again. Okay. So go right here.
So we're asking those who are participating in these meetings to show up on time because we want to be respectful of your time. We're going to end promptly an hour and a half into it. These are facilitated discussions, and so you can expect the facilitator to ask questions about use and what you like to see moving forward. It really is a brainstorming type of session, and we're really looking to get ideas for how we operate our service.
Okay. So any feedback from some of the earlier meetings that you've had in terms, even maybe from one participant, what they suggested or what they're thinking for the future, or have any feel for what people might say when they join that virtual call or when they join in publicly at a meeting?
You know, I'd rather not put any ideas out there. We want to go into future meetings with an open mind. I don't want to skew anybody's thoughts or suggestions. And so I'm really looking forward, and I think all of Indigo, our leadership, is looking forward to hearing just what the community is thinking.
Okay. So, and again, folks, you want to tap in. Let's put that out there several times during the interview, Jordan, where they can go to tap into these virtual meetings or to learn more about the ones that are being held publicly. Where do they go again to get that information? To get
so please visit indigo.net/beyond ADA. Again, that's indigo.net/beyond ADA to learn more about this process, learn more about why we're doing this, and also to register. And again, we're asking people to register at least 24 hours in advance of the meeting that you want to attend. Several options for meetings to attend, but visit indigo.net/beyond ADA.
Okay.
To register.
So we need your help, viewers. It may not be you. You may not be the person with the disability, but you know someone. Everybody knows someone who has a disability that this would benefit. They perhaps have a transportation needs and need to tap into this. So let them know. Give them a call and share that information. And we'll share it again on the screen and at the end of the program as well. Call your friends and let them know. Everybody knows somebody who has been impacted in that way. So you mentioned the criteria set by the Americans with Disabilities Act. What are some of those criteria?
Yeah, so there are several things in consideration. One is that we have to operate in the same area as the fixed route system, which is defined as 3/4 of a mile on each side of the fixed route. So that is a consideration. It has to have comparable response time as our fixed route service. We need to be operating in the same hours as our fixed route service. Again, the purpose is to try to provide a comparable experience and to provide the same access as those who use fixed route.
Okay. Well, I commend you all for putting this together and getting feedback from the community. And it's so important that people who are watching follow through and help us with this effort to get that feedback from the, from now. Let me ask you this: are you just wanting to tap into people who are disabled? Because there are people, caregivers. So is this open to anybody who could learn from this?
This is open to anyone who could learn to this and would like to kind of steer the direction for the future of paratransit service. We want our clients to participate, our open door clients to participate. We also want caregivers and service providers to be participating in these conversations because they also have a stake in how paratransit operates in Marion County.
Okay, so whether it's active users, caregivers, service providers, stakeholders, all of the above. And again, if you know someone, get them involved. We need those people to participate, because how else can we improve things? How can we make them better if we don't get feedback? So folks, this is really, really important. So if you wouldn't mind, again, Jordan, let's put it out there again, that where they need to go to sign up.
Yes, indigo.net/beyond ADA. And I'll say it one more time, indigo.net/beyond ADA. Okay.
And now let me ask you quickly before we wrap up, just how are things with Indigo in terms of passengers in general and the general public using bus service in light of COVID-19? Has it been pretty busy or has it been slow?
I will say that paratransit, ask that question one more time.
Okay.
Still thinking about paratransit.
So I'm asking you a general question now about just anybody. So not necessarily paratransit. So, yep. So I'm just curious as to how have things been going for Indigo during the COVID-19 pandemic? Have people been taking the bus? Did they adapt to what was happening in terms of the virus, or have numbers been down? Because obviously when you get on a bus, there are more people there than in your car. So what has Indigo been experiencing in this last year?
Yes, so we have responded to COVID-19 with precautions as set forth by our health and government agent. I botched that.
Okay. That's okay.
We'll do it one more time.
Worrying too much.
Give me a minute. Give me a minute.
I screw up all the time, and you just laugh it off. You just go. So let me try.
This is new for me.
Okay. No, but you're doing fine. Your spot was really good. So in light of the pandemic, how have things been going with Indigo and the writers? And have they been getting back on the bus, so to speak?
Yes. So safety of our riders and our coach operators are of utmost importance to us, and we've taken several measures to make sure that we are running service as safely as possible. Transit is essential, and I think the pandemic showed just how essential it is. There were people who still needed to get to jobs, still needed to go to the grocery store. And while we did see a decrease in ridership, I think we saw that all over the nation, but we still saw how necessary transit is.
Okay, very good, very good. Well, we appreciate you coming on and letting us know about Open Door Paratransit Services and the new campaign that's underway to get people, to get feedback from people, especially those who are disabled or those in that industry, to make them aware of the services that you have available and how you're working so hard to make them better.
We're trying.
So Dorton Patterson, Special Programs Manager for Indigo. Thanks so much for joining us on Inside ND.
Thank you, Kelly. Thanks.
Okay, that'll get it. So yeah, we'll cut all that out. You have to worry about that. But
all right, how'd I do? Like, I am new to interviewing. With some feedback. You're a pro, so I need your feedback.
Not gonna get better unless you do it. That's for sure. So yeah, you did fine. You did fine. This ain't easy, right, Jeff? It ain't easy. It's not. We just did a show with some ladies who it's their first show, real estate show, and they kind of went through the same thing, the jitters, and by the end of the show, they had it down. They were running us. So
yeah, I thought I was okay with talking about, and this is just how it generally is. Like, as long as I stick to the subject, I'm good. But when a curveball gets thrown at me, I'm like, okay, Jordan, you need to think quickly.
Yeah, you handled the first one because I realized, like, okay, maybe I'm going, and it was a question I asked you early on, but you brought it right back in, and so that was good. And I said, I didn't really mean to make him feel uncomfortable, but it really was a transition into talking